The 1981 coin. A 3-minute story. It was a quiet evening when everything began that a young boy was walking home through a small street, tired after a long day. Life was not easy for him. Every day was a struggle, but he never stopped hoping for something better. As he walked, something shiny caught his eye near the ground. He stopped. There, half covered in dust, was a small coin. He picked it up carefully and wiped it clean with his fingers. IT with a US coin on it. He saw the words, "Liberty, in God we trust." 1981. He stared at it for a moment. IT was not gold. It was not rare. It was just a simple coin. But for him, it felt different, like it had a meaning. That he placed it in his pocket and took it home. That night, he showed it to his father. His father looked at it and said softly, "It's just a coin, but sometimes small things carry the biggest memories." From that day, the coin stayed with him everywhere he went. Days passed, then months, then years. Life was not easy. There were times when he had no money, no support, and no direction. But every time he felt weak, he would hold that 1981 coin in his hand. That IT became his strength, that a reminder that even something small can survive time. And so can he. When he grew older, he started working small jobs to support his family. He worked in shops, carried boxes, cleaned places, and did everything he could. Life was hard, but he never gave up, because that coin stayed with him. Years later, he moved to a big city in search of a better future. The city was fast, crowded, and full of competition. Everyone seemed busy chasing success. At times, he felt small and lost. But he kept going. Slowly, he learned new skills and started building his life step by step. One day, he got a job at an antique shop owned by an old coin collector. The owner noticed the coin in his hand and asked to see it. He examined it carefully under the light. After a moment, he said, "This is a 1981 US coin. It is not extremely rare, but it belongs to a meaningful historical period." Then he smiled and added, "But its real value is not in money. It is in the journey you carried it through." The boy became silent. For the first time, he understood the truth. The coin was never just metal. The IT was his story, his struggle, his patience, his hope, his survival. Everything was inside it. Years passed. Thought he finally became successful. He built a stable life, supported his family, and achieved what once felt impossible. One evening, he sat alone and looked at that same 1981 coin. IT was still the same, small, simple, and worn, but now it felt priceless because it reminded him of where he started. He smiled and said softly, 1981 wasn't just a year. It was the beginning of my journey." And in that moment, he understood something important. Sometimes the smallest things we carry the biggest meaning in our